Good evening, I'm Michael and this is Kini News. PAS has been pushing for UMNO and Bersatu to continue its cooperation, but not too many in UMNO seem too keen on working with Bersatu when GE15 arrives. And this has put PAS in a rather tricky position, especially after this warning from an UMNO veteran. Pasir Salak MP Tajuddin Abdul Rahman today warned PAS against supporting Bersatu if they were to contest in any UMNO seats in the next general election.
Kalau dia tengok kata Bersatu tanding dekat Bukit Bintang, sokonglah nantak itu. Pasal UMNO tak akan bertanding Bukit Bintang. Kata Bersatu nak bertanding kat Kepong, tandinglah. PAS nak ramai-ramai keluar berkempen untuk Bersatu, kita tak ada halang. Tapi Pasir Salak, kalau Bersatu bertanding, PAS jangan sokong Bersatu. Sokong kau siap. Saya bagi warning tu.
Tajuddin said this when asked to comment on the statement by PAS Deputy President Tuan Ibrahim Tuan Man, who called for the cooperation between Bersatu, PAS and UMNO to continue beyond GE15. Speaking to reporters today, Tajuddin added PAS was free to work with Bersatu as long as the cooperation does not negatively impact UMNO. This includes not helping Bersatu campaign in seats also contested by UMNO in GE15. Those of you in RMCO states will now be able to travel to other RMCO states, but do pay attention to the fine print. People in Recovery Movement Control Order states can now go on holiday to other RMCO zones, but don't expect to go on the trip with your own private vehicle. People who wish to travel will need to use transportation provided by travel agencies registered with the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture. The travel agencies will then need to obtain approval from the police before they can travel to other RMCO states with no stops on the way.
Ini ada dua keadaan ya. Satu PK negeri PKPP ke PKPP yang bersebelahan. Sebagai contoh, Pahang PKPP, Terengganu PKPP. Jadi dia terus ke negeri PKPP. Tetapi ada yang negeri PKPP ke PKPP tetapi terpaksa melalui negeri PKPB. Kita hanya benarkan PKPP dan PKPP tapi lalu PKPB. Jadi kenderaan ini mesti meneruskan perjalanan terus ke PKPB tanpa berhenti di kawasan PKPB.
Isma said by going through travel agencies, it will be easier for the police to manage the travels. Meanwhile, the Health Ministry today reported 1,280 new COVID-19 cases and 9 deaths. Active cases are at 18,704, with 155 patients in the ICU, and 76 are intubated. With UMNO showing no interest in continuing its cooperation with Bersatu, PAS is asking UMNO to reconsider for the country's future. With political alliances still fluid and PKR not having ruled out cooperating with UMNO in the 15th general election, PAS has made its stand clear. The Islamist party said it wishes to continue its political cooperation with Bersatu and UMNO even after GE15 for the sake of the country's future. But this could be tricky as UMNO announced last week its decision not to work with Bersatu in GE15. UMNO President Ahmad Zahid Hamidi, however, said a final decision on the motion by the Supreme Council still needs to be validated by the party's highest decision-making body, the UMNO General Assembly. PAS Deputy President Tuan Ibrahim Tuan Man told leaders from all the parties to continue supporting the Perikatan Nasional Government, which is led by Bersatu. He added that internal politics should be minimized so that more focus can be given to solve issues plaguing the people affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. Tuan Ibrahim said this when commenting on Federal Territories Minister Anwar Musa's statement, which described UMNO, PAS and Bersatu as not enemies but rivals, and confusion existed when certain quarters tried to hide their intention of working with the real enemy. DAP is no stranger to being blamed for a wide range of things, and now they're also being blamed for the split in PN. Bersatu Supreme Council member Wan Saiful Wan Jan has described those who are allegedly trying to split and weaken Perikatan Nasional as agents of DAP and Pakatan Harapan. Agreeing with PAS Deputy President Tuan Ibrahim Tuan Man, Wan Saiful said splitting the Malay vote will lead to political instability and would ultimately impact the people. In a post on Facebook, he said DAP and Pakatan Harapan actually want to split the Malay vote so that they can get back in power. Wan Saiful said calls for maintaining the current political consensus must be taken seriously by all. He also said DAP and PH agents may come in various forms. Yesterday, Tuan Ibrahim said PAS would like to see the political consensus signed under PN between Bersatu, PAS and Umno maintained for the country's future. He also advised leaders from the three parties to continue to support the current government with a focus on the fight against COVID-19. Seeing the party's relationship in PN as a family, Wan Saiful said the party leaders in the coalition should not deliberately air views that could erode the family spirit. The KL High Court today allowed rights groups to challenge the deportations of Myanmar refugees.
In a move that left many shocked, over 1,086 Myanmar refugees were deported by the Immigration Department on the 24th of February despite an interim stay by the Kuala Lumpur High Court to halt the deportation. Today, the same court granted the remaining 114 Myanmar nationals protection from being deported to their homeland, currently marred by bloody protests. This came after Amnesty International and Asylum Access Malaysia today succeeded in obtaining court leave to commence legal action to prevent the refugees from being sent back to Myanmar. The 114 Myanmar refugees, initially under an interim court order preventing their deportation, pending disposal of the judicial review leave application, now have an extended order protecting them from deportation. The court will later fix a date to hear submissions from parties over the merits of the judicial review leave application. It was reported that Malaysia has previously agreed to deport 1,200 people to Myanmar amidst a military coup and deadly protests in the country. Malaysia does not recognize the United Nations refugee status, hence refugees are viewed under the law as undocumented migrants. Despite the non-recognition, Malaysia is home to an estimated 154,000 refugees from Myanmar.
And that is all for me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTV.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube and Facebook for the latest news updates. I'm Prasad Michael. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you again tomorrow.